I still have this vivid memory of my grandfather every morning. The kitchen would smell of coffee, and on his old, familiar plate there were always 2 soft-boiled eggs. He lived a full, vibrant life to the age of 92, and he used to tell me, "This isn't just food, son. This is strength." It was a simple belief, a pure joy. But that simple joy has been stolen from us, hasn't it? Our kitchen table, once a symbol of nourishment and family, has become a battlefield of conflicting information. One day, they say the egg is a superfood. The next, a shocking headline screams that it's a fast track to a heart attack. And we are left in the middle, caught in a crossfire of confusion and fear. That fear is real. It's that nagging pain you feel when you stand in front of the refrigerator holding an egg, and that question echoes in your mind. Are eggs bad for you? Could this simple choice be silently harming my heart health? That pain is more than just confusion. It robs us of our confidence and replaces the joy of eating with constant anxiety. This video was made to end that war. This is where we find our peace. I promise you, over the next few minutes, we're going to silence that noise together. We won't just look at the truth about cholesterol and the real connection between eggs and heart disease. More importantly, we are going to reclaim what's been lost, the confidence in our own choices. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will be able to walk into your kitchen, hold an egg in your hand, and feel not fear, but peace. And that is a gift you deserve. Before we address the controversy, I invite you to join me and discover the magnificent world held within this delicate shell. Why do so many nutrition scientists call the egg a superfood? The answer is nothing short of breathtaking. First, let's talk about strength. As we get older, maintaining muscle isn't about vanity, it's about independence. It's the power to walk steadily, to play with our grandchildren, to live life on our own terms. And the foundation of that strength is protein. The egg is considered the gold standard, providing the highest quality source of protein you can eat, second only to mother's milk. This means our bodies can use it with incredible efficiency to build and repair our muscles, keeping us strong and steady every single day. Next, there is choline, the guardian of our memories. You may not hear much about choline, but it is an absolutely vital nutrient. The egg yolk is one of the richest sources you can find. Choline is the building block for acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that is essential for learning and memory. Getting enough choline is like lubricating the machinery of your mind, helping it run smoothly. And it doesn't stop there. It also helps your liver move fat out, a silent hero for your overall health. And here is where the true magic happens, with the fat-soluble heroes working deep inside your arteries. Vitamin A, but not the kind you're thinking of. The egg contains retinol, the active form of vitamin A that your body can use immediately, without the difficult conversion from beta-carotene in carrots. It not only keeps your vision sharp, but also nourishes the entire inner skin of your body, from your sinuses and throat to the lining of your arteries, creating a powerful immune barrier. Vitamin K2. This may be the most important thing you learn today. Imagine vitamin K2 as an intelligent traffic cop for calcium. Its job is to direct calcium into your bones and teeth where it belongs, and crucially, keep it out of your arteries and soft tissues. It's this misplaced calcium that leads to arterial calcification, or hardening of the arteries, a primary driver of heart disease. An egg a day is helping to keep your body's critical highways clear. Vitamin E, a potent antioxidant warrior. Think of it as a protective coating that shields the delicate inner lining of your arteries, the endothelium, keeping them flexible and resilient against damage from inflammation. And of course, vitamin D, the precious sunshine vitamin that very few foods naturally contain. Yet, the egg is a reliable source. Did you know the egg yolk also contains the body's internal sunglasses? They're called lutein and zeaxanthin.
These compounds are famous for protecting your retina from macular degeneration and cataracts, but they have a second critical job. They also protect the endothelial lining of your arteries. And here's the best part. The bioavailability of these two carotenoids from an egg is far superior to what you get from vegetables. Finally, we cannot forget the minerals and healthy fats. Eggs provide potassium, magnesium, and selenium, tiny sparks that help regulate your heartbeat and blood pressure. And the omega-3 fatty acids, especially abundant in eggs from pasture-raised chickens, are powerful anti-inflammatory agents. According to research, a conventional egg can have an omega-6 pro-inflammatory to omega-3 anti-inflammatory ratio as high as 20-to-1. In a pastured egg, that ratio is closer to a perfect 1-to-1. By simply choosing a better egg, you are choosing a more powerful anti-inflammatory tool for your body. So there you have it. Inside this simple shell is not just breakfast. It is a symphony of nutrients, perfectly designed to nourish and protect. It's not just food, it's information, sending your body the valuable instructions it needs to heal, to thrive, and to live well.
So, with all of those incredible, life-affirming benefits we just discussed, you have to be asking, why is there so much fear? Why is there so much negativity surrounding the connection between eggs and heart attack? It's a fair question, and the answer often lies in headlines designed to grab our attention. Headlines like this one, from a frequently cited 2021 study, which claimed that the addition of just half an egg a day was associated with more deaths from heart disease, cancer, and all causes. For decades, we've been told a simple, powerful story. Egg yolks contain cholesterol, and cholesterol is the enemy of the heart. That narrative, repeated over and over, created a deep-seated fear, a fear that is very difficult to unlearn. It's the reason so many of us, even with the best intentions, hesitate at the grocery store. This brings us to the most important question we will ask today. Is this fear, this supposed link between eggs and heart disease, truly built on a foundation of solid rock? Or have we been looking at a distorted picture all along? It's time to get a clear, honest answer to the question, are eggs bad for you? And to truly understand any potential egg side effects. Let's find out what the headlines aren't telling us. To answer that question, we need to become science detectives for a few minutes. The key to unlocking this whole mystery lies in understanding how these studies are actually done. And once you see it, you can never unsee it. First, let's talk about the type of evidence. Almost all of the studies that cast a negative light on eggs are what's called observational studies. This means researchers simply ask people what they ate over a long period, sometimes up to a year, and then look for patterns. Now, let me ask you honestly, do you remember exactly what you ate last Tuesday, let alone over the last 12 months? These studies rely on our flawed memory, which makes their data weak. The gold standard in science is the randomized controlled trial, where a treatment is intentionally introduced to one group and not another, and the results are compared. These are very rare in nutrition because they're expensive and difficult to do. This brings us to the second most critical point. Correlation is not causation. This is the single biggest mistake made in health news. Let me give you a simple example. In the summer, ice cream sales go up, and sadly, so do the number of drownings. Does eating ice cream cause drowning? Of course not. The real cause is the hot weather that makes people want to swim and eat ice cream. Now, let's apply that to the egg. In these observational studies, how do we know the people who reported eating eggs weren't also the same people who smoked, or drank, or lived a sedentary lifestyle? What if they were eating their eggs with bacon, sausage, and white toast slathered in butter? You cannot possibly isolate the egg as the single cause of heart disease, when there are a million other variables. Third, let's talk about the star of this controversy, cholesterol. For 50 years, we were taught that eating cholesterol would raise our blood cholesterol and lead to a heart condition. However, modern science has shown that for about 75 to 80% of the population, the cholesterol you eat has very little impact on the cholesterol in your blood. Your liver produces most of your cholesterol, and it simply produces less when you eat more. More importantly, eating eggs can actually improve your cholesterol profile. It has been shown to increase HDL, which is the good cholesterol. And for LDL, the bad cholesterol, it's not just about the number, it's about the particle size. Think of it like cars on a highway. Small, dense LDL particles are like tiny, fast-moving sports cars that can cause a lot of damage and pileups in your arteries. Large, fluffy LDL particles are like big, slow-moving buses. They're much less dangerous. Eating eggs can help shift your LDL from the small, dangerous particles to the large, less harmful ones. Finally, and I say this with great respect for the scientific process, we must be aware of potential conflicts of interest. In one prominent study published in the Canadian Journal of Cardiology that showed a higher risk of cardiovascular disease with high egg consumption, 2 of the main authors had received fees from several pharmaceutical companies that sell anti-cholesterol medication. Another study in the journal JAMA had authors who reported receiving consultation fees and research support from major pharma companies like Pfizer, AstraZeneca, and Merck. Now, this does not automatically invalidate their work, but as informed people, it is a piece of the puzzle we deserve to know when we evaluate the information they present. This is how you take your power back, by understanding not just what they're saying, but how they're saying it.
Now that we understand the truth, how do we move forward? How do we take this knowledge from our heads to our plates? Here is your simple, Egg-cellent action plan to welcome eggs back into your life intelligently. The big question, how many? For most healthy adults, a large body of research suggests that enjoying 1 to 2 eggs per day is perfectly safe and beneficial. However, and this is very important, your health is unique. If you have pre-existing conditions like diabetes or a known heart condition, it is always wisest to have a personal conversation with your doctor or a registered dietitian to determine the right amount for you. Your health plan should be as individual as you are. Choose the best egg you can. Not all eggs are created equal. You are what you eat, but more importantly, you are what your food eats. A conventionally farmed chicken, fed a diet of grains, may produce an egg with an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio as high as 20 to 1. In contrast, a pasture-raised chicken, allowed to roam and eat its natural diet, produces an egg with a ratio closer to a perfect 1 to 1. By choosing pasture-raised when you can, you're not just buying an egg, you're choosing a more powerful anti-inflammatory food. Cook with care. The healthiest egg can be made unhealthy by how it's prepared. Your best methods are gentle, boiled, poached, or scrambled in a touch of healthy fat like butter, avocado, or olive oil. The goal is to avoid high-heat frying in processed vegetable oils or pairing them with processed meats like bacon and sausage. Remember the lesson from before. It's often what you eat with your eggs that causes the problem. Pair for power. Turn your meal into a heart-healthy team. Pair your eggs with foods that amplify their benefits. Think of a spinach and mushroom omelet. Spinach is rich in nitrates that support blood flow. Or eggs with a side of avocado, which provides healthy monounsaturated fats and potassium. Sliced tomatoes on the side? You've just added lycopene, a powerful antioxidant. By combining these superfoods, you're not just eating eggs, you're building a masterpiece of heart health right on your plate.
So, let's bring it all home. What have we learned together today? The key message is simple. The egg is not the enemy of your heart. On the contrary, when chosen wisely and prepared with care, it is a nutritional treasure chest. The widespread fear surrounding eggs and heart attack risk is largely born from flawed observational studies and an outdated understanding of cholesterol. The true key to lifelong heart health isn't found in fearing a single food. It's found in the beautiful overall pattern of a healthy lifestyle, in the wholesome foods you eat, the joyful movement you embrace, and the peace you cultivate in your mind. So please, go ahead and enjoy the rich, nourishing gift of the egg. Listen to your body, trust the knowledge you now have, and make your choices with confidence, not fear. Don't let outdated headlines steal one of nature's most perfect and simple pleasures from your table. Finally, please note that the information in this video is for informational and inspirational purposes only. For medical advice that is tailored to your personal health situation, especially if you have underlying health conditions or are taking medication, please always consult with your doctor or a qualified health professional.